poor. I want to come back to the policy debate, though, briefly. Senator Jeff Flake says that his 6-member bipartisan group of senators that he's working with has reached an agreement on DACA. This, of course, was the agreement that set them down the street to the White House that led to this meeting. I asked him about that tentative deal when I sat down with him earlier this week.
Unless it's a bipartisan bill, unless you have a bipartisan group of people sitting down and drafting it, it's not going to pass. And so that's why we've been intent on having a bipartisan bill from the beginning. And we've got agreement on those principles. We're shopping it among some other members, but the 6-member bipartisan group has reached an agreement.
So the 6-member group has, but the White House is saying that it's this group of 4, includes Dick Durbin, who is one of your 6 bipartisan members. Do you get the sense that they could get to a place they need to be to give a solution to these kids before this March deadline?
All I can say is the only bill that's going to be ready to be introduced is the one that we produced, the one that we're working on now, that we have agreement on. I can't see how, what the process that's starting in the House now with a partisan bill. I don't see that gets us anything. And keep in mind, we've got a short runway here. March 5th, these protections run out for Dreamers. And so we've got to get a bill on the Senate floor. And the commitment I got during the tax debate was that we would have a bill on the Senate floor, a bipartisan bill, by the end of the month. We'll have that bill ready, and I hope that the leader keeps that commitment to get it on the floor.
Do you think that Democrats would be in the right to hold up government funding in favor of trying to help these kids?
I won't tell them what to do. Government shutdowns never work very well. Republicans, when we force them, we end up getting the blame. We don't save any money. We end up backfilling everything. So I hope we don't see that. But certainly they'll use whatever leverage they can. This is a big priority for them.
Jeremy Bash, do you see a way that they can possibly get to a deal on this after the heated rhetoric of the last few days?
The only way, I think, is through Lindsey Graham. I think Lindsey Graham has to go to the president and say, Mr. President, we have a bipartisan solution, and you can be a hero for these dreamers. And, 100 or more dreamers lose their status every single day, and by March, all of them will be out of status. And I think most people don't appreciate the fact that in the United States military today, in the Army, 900 are serving in uniform, risking their lives for all of our freedom. If this bill doesn't pass, they could be stripped of their uniform and deported. And I think we all just have to think about tomorrow we're going to honor the legacy of a great American hero, Dr. King. There are heroes in our midst today as well. There's on December 28th at that fire in the Bronx, a private first-class Army soldier, Emmanuel Mensah, went into that burning building and saved individuals. He lost his life. When he enlisted in the Army, he was not a citizen yet. There are people in our country who will be deported if this bill doesn't pass.
An important reminder, Jeremy Bash.